Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Fire hydrant concerns. The Jamaica Fire Brigade is encouraging citizens to ensure fire hydrants are not destroyed. Criticisms have been leveled against the brigade for lack of maintenance of hydrants across the island. But Emilia Ebanks, Public Relations Officer for the Jamaica Fire Brigade, contends that while the brigade is responsible for fixing and repairing hydrants that fall into disrepair, it's everybody's responsibility to ensure the hydrants are operational. He disclosed that each year $14 million is allocated for the repair and installation of fire hydrants across the island. Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade Stuart Beckford is also attempting to put rest concerns about the resources of the brigade. There have been questions raised about the capacity of the brigade to respond to various emergency situations. According to Commissioner Beckford, the public can be assured that the fire service has adequate resources to deal with any eventuality. Devastating. After spending nearly a month expanding his one-bedroom home, Usherin Francis' hard work has gone up in smoke after a raging fire consumed his home on Monday morning. Too shaken up by the incident to summon the strength to sift through the charred rumble, the Weirton Kingston resident told reporters that the room was partitioned and shared with his nephew, a grade 11 student of Tanokara High School. All the youngster's school supplies, including textbooks, notes, and other materials he was using to prepare for the May-June sitting of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate exams next year, were destroyed. Francis, a construction worker, was overwhelmed with emotion on Monday as he recalled the event which unfolded before his eyes hours earlier. He could not help but shed a few tears at the gravity of his loss. "It rough, man. Inna the holiday year," he said in between snuffles and in utter disbelief. He explained that while sitting in a nearby pub, he heard the cries of residents in the area that his house was on fire. As he was not far away, Francis explained that he ran swiftly to save any of his or his nephew's belongings while also beckoning others for assistance. "Me turn idiot. You know, I run out. Cause from me hear them a scream and me hear a fire, me just run out. Come all the way around here so, and me see the pillow a burn and the curtain catch a fire and the bed catch a fire," he recalled. But one resident stated that the smoke coming from the dwelling was too thick, posing a challenge as they tried to get through the bedroom door. With the water pressure from the standpipe on the property low, he and Francis filled bucket to the nearby Kingston Harbor, running to and from as they tried to douse the flames. Their efforts proved futile, despite also trying to use sand and put out the fire. "Me not tell no lie, the people them help me. All people me don't even know, I jump on house top. Cause me did it, I ball out for help," Francis recalled. Another resident said it was a scary experience. "By the time me and him run out and we reach through the water, it done expand already," he said. Francis, who sustained minor burns to his hand and shoulders, lost all articles of clothing, furniture, appliances, and other necessities. All that is left standing are concrete walls he managed to erect. Francis is hoping that Jamaicans will assist him to acquire material to recover from the setback in the season of giving. One of his neighbors said that Francis has often rendered assistance to others whose homes were on fire, helping them to save some of their possessions. "Him well deserving of the help," she said. "Please may I ask, help him." His sister, Kadisha Francis, shares similar sentiments, noting that it seemed to be her brother's calling to give of his time and effort willingly and without a second thought. "Anything happen to people, him a go help. Him always dey on the spot, like a him special gift that," she said. "One no kill we, a go make we stronger. And me I tell you say, a something better him a go get, because he's a trying youth and him a work hard and him helpful," she said, optimistic that his good deeds would turn to him tenfold. A member of the Jamaica Fire Brigade informed reporters that an emergency team responded to the call at 10:37 a.m. One unit from the Rollington Town Fire Station was first on the scene, followed by another from York Park Fire Station. The cause of the fire, the representative said, remains undetermined. 3 dead, several injured in Western accidents. 3 people were killed and several others left injured in 3 motor vehicle accidents in Western Jamaica since Christmas Eve. Those killed have been identified as 41-year-old Celia Jarrett of Friendship in Trelawney, 61-year-old Linton Watkin, a laborer of Hartford District in Westmoreland, and 52-year-old Barrington Francis, a farmer of Litchfield District in Trelawney. According to reports, about 11:40 p.m. on Sunday, Jarrett was among passengers traveling in a white Toyota Coaster bus along the Greenwood Main Road when the vehicle collided with a black Toyota Noah minivan, which was traveling in the opposite direction. More than 12 persons traveling in both vehicles sustained injuries and were taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where Jarrett was pronounced dead. Some of the other passengers were treated and discharged, while others were admitted in serious condition. Prior to Jarrett's being killed, Francis and Watkin lost their lives in 2 other road accidents that occurred on Christmas Eve in Westmoreland and Trelawney. Francis was reportedly hit by a motor vehicle while walking along a section of Lime Tree Road in Waiterby, Trelawney, about 7:40 p.m. on Saturday. He sustained head and body injuries and was taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Watkins, a pillion crash while traveling on his motorcycle along a section of the Torrington Main Road in Savannah Lamar on Saturday. Police reports indicate that about 8:30 p.m., Watkins and another man were traveling on the motorcycle. While in the process of negotiating a corner along the Torrington Main Road, he reportedly lost control of the motorcycle and it crashed into a metal signpost. Both men were thrown from the motorcycle and sustained head and body injuries. They were taken to hospital, where Watkins was declared dead and the pillions admitted in serious but stable condition. As at December 23, 465 persons have died from 404 fatal collisions. A record 487 crash fatalities were registered in 2021. Mom pleads with help as she begins to pick up pieces. Tashi Williams, a mother of 4 children, is expressing gratitude to those who have been rallying around her so far during her desperate time of need. The 26-year-old story was highlighted last week as her home on Cleveland Road in East Kingston was among 2 which were flattened by a suspected firebombing incident. The mother was left homeless and expressed worry about how she would be able to send her 4- and 6-year-old back to school come January. Williams, who is now staying with relatives who live on the same plot of land but whose dwelling was spared by the flames, said she has so far received some clothes for herself and the children. In a previous interview, she said that she was in desperate need to get help to get back on her feet and to be able to care for her children who are without baby formula, diaper and other necessities. Other citizens, she said on Monday, have phoned her and promised to gather items and pay her a visit very soon. It was good, thank you, and I really appreciate it, she said, of the assistance she had received so far. She noted that this act of kindness has reminded her that there were still some good people in society. Williams said that Christmas Day was fairly okay for the family, adding that the children were doing well despite not getting the gifts that they wished for. Both Williams and Noel Nefer, the owner of the second home, which was destroyed, are calling on the government through the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation to lend support in getting a truck to visit the area for the homeowners to remove the debris from the fire. They say they would like to begin the clearing process to make way for rebuilding, fearing that the debris would result in harboring pests. On Monday, some of the residents were busy at work, continuing their project of ridding the surrounding land of zinc, fence, and replacing them with concrete walls. The residents said that this was in an effort to secure their properties. We don't want our community to stay here and look like violence and burnt debris. It's not a good thing for the kids in the community to see, said Pamela Green, the resident who started the project. The residents have also requested help to secure steel, cement block, sand and gravel. Whatever they can do, we not demand nothing from nobody, but we have to face reality. We not expect this, and if it will occur, I bet you have a concrete structure, she said. Parts of another resident's home had sustained damage in last week's incident. The woman said that her daughter, who was at home at the time, has been left traumatized. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.